Manchester United fans, can we play Brighton every week? Every team that has hurt us in the past are all giving us the 3 points now. They all wrote us off, they said we were finished. They said Amorim's football couldn't work in England, that this team was too soft, too chaotic, too broken. They said we only play with long balls. But look at us now, back in the top 4, with fire in our veins and 4 goals past a Brighton side that's been haunting us since 2022. We didn't just beat them, we destroyed them, we completely dominated them in every sector of the game. We made Brighton look like a League Two side at Old Trafford. They couldn't even string 3 passes together without losing the ball. This was Manchester United reborn. What a day to be alive. We've spent months watching Garnacho, Rashford and Antony week in, week out, and today, we witnessed football evolution. Cunha, Mbeumo, and Ahmad. That's not just an upgrade, that's a transformation. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how Manchester United destroyed Brighton at Old Trafford. How Rúben Amorim's philosophy, built on intensity, bravery, and tactical clarity, produced 3 wins in a row and reminded us that United are coming back. So, grab a snack, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the notification bell, because what you're about to hear is the breakdown of a reborn football club. From the first whistle, you could tell something was different. We started with fire, pressing, hunting, forcing Brighton into mistakes. You could feel it in the atmosphere. Old Trafford wasn't just watching, it was roaring. For the first time in a long time, United came out like a team that believe. The energy was electric, every duel, every challenge, every pass had purpose. We didn't sit back and wait, we attacked the game. Our number 10s, both of them, kept switching positions, keeping Brighton guessing. Cunha was linking up play, Mbeumo was running into channels, Ahmad was finding those half spaces that stretch defenses apart. Even Casemiro was pushing forward, you could see him trying to join the attack, moving closer to Bruno to overload that central area. It was all about intent, about starting fast, making Brighton uncomfortable. And finally, it paid off. 23 minutes in, Matheus Cunha, with pure composure and power, scored his first ever goal for Manchester United. What a moment that was. Old Trafford erupted. You could see the passion in his face, the emotion in the fans, that was relief, that was pride. Brighton couldn't even breathe. Every time they touched the ball, we pressed life out of them. Even when the referee ignored a clear penalty call, we didn't flinch, we kept going. Because this is Manchester United, not the scared, indecisive team of last season, but a side that fights until it breaks you. And here's where the difference really showed, the midfield. For once, we didn't leave Casemiro and Bruno isolated. The 2 number 10s dropped deeper, tracked back, helped recover balls, and overloaded that central area. It was just like our performance against Arsenal: intensity, compactness, control. That's the beauty of Amorim's system. Those wingers aren't just attackers, they're midfielders when needed. It gave us structure. It gave us balance. And Brighton, who are used to dictating play, suddenly had nowhere to go. Their midfield, usually their strongest area, was completely shut down. They couldn't connect play from Belieber to Minte, or from Dunk to Welbeck. Everything they tried got swallowed by United's shape. At Old Trafford, the crowd could feel it. United weren't just playing football, they were controlling chaos. That's the kind of performance we've begged for, passion with intelligence. Now let's talk about the part of Amorim's football that makes every fan hold their breath, the dangerous high line. We tried it again today, and yes, it nearly punished us. Brighton have pace, intelligence, and the courage to play over the top. The same thing that hurt us last season at Old Trafford, a simple long ball and a clean counter, almost repeated itself. This formation is beautiful when executed perfectly, but one mistimed step and it turns into chaos. That's why Amorim went with Euro, De Ligt, and Shaw, the fastest, most disciplined centre-backs available. Euro's recovery pace was priceless. Every time Brighton looked to break, he was there sweeping. De Ligt handled the physical duels with Welbeck, no nonsense, just pure focus. And Luke Shaw, back on the left side of that back three, gave us composure in possession and quick closing speed when Minte tried to isolate him. But here's the truth, even with those three, a high line will always invite risk. The reason Amorim keeps it is to compress the field, to close the gap between defence and midfield. We don't want oceans of space for Brighton's midfielders to exploit. It's a calculated gamble, we sacrifice some safety for control. And today, it worked because of effort. When Brighton tried to spring a counter, it wasn't just the defenders sprinting back, it was Mbeumo, yes, our forward, the last man chasing down the run. That's what Amorim demands, 11 defenders when we lose the ball, 11 attackers when we win it. That's the identity we've been missing for years. Even after taking the lead, we didn't sit back. We kept pushing, pressing, forcing Brighton to panic. That second goal, Casemiro's strike in the 33rd minute, was a product of that persistence. Brighton tried to play out from the back, we boxed them in, Casemiro picked the ball and shot it, and it took a wicked deflection into the net. Old Trafford exploded again. This wasn't luck, it was pressure football at its finest. When you press with purpose and move together, the opposition cracks. We've seen it happen to us in the past, now we're the ones doing it. Every Brighton touch looked forced. Their defenders looked uncertain. Baleba, who usually controls their tempo, was completely lost. He kept giving the wrong passes, turning into trouble, and every time he did, Amorim's men swarmed him. We made Baleba look like a schoolboy, that's how complete our control was. At the end of the day, football isn't just about tactics, or systems, or formations. You can draw all the perfect lines on a whiteboard, you can talk about pressing shapes and compact blocks all day, but if the players don't fight, none of it matters. And that's what made this game so special. For the first time in a long time, you could see us fighting back to back to back, the hunger, the desire, the willingness to give everything. Every single challenge was met with intensity. Every second ball was chased like it was the last. Every tackle, every interception, every sprint, it all came from heart. You could feel the difference. The energy, the commitment, it wasn't just football, it was war. The players weren't just running for the ball, they were running for the badge, for the fans, for themselves. That's the kind of mentality that changes everything. You can talk about tactics all you want, but when a team fights together, when everyone presses, covers, runs, and refuses to give up, that's when football becomes powerful. That's when you see spirit over structure, heart over theory. When players fight, the game changes. Suddenly, 50-50s become 80-20s, second balls become opportunities, and even when mistakes happen, there's always someone fighting to fix it. That's what we saw today, a team that refused to drop, refused to slow down, refused to give up. This is what Manchester United has always stood for: grit, passion, intensity, and pride. And today, that spirit was back on full display. The players fought for every inch of the pitch, for every cheer from the stands, for every critic that doubted them. It's not about playing beautiful football all the time, it's about playing meaningful football. Today we played both beautiful and meaningful football. Football that makes the fans believe again. Football that reminds you why you fell in love with this club in the first place. That's what we saw today, not just tactics, not just goals, but heart. And when you mix heart with hard work and discipline, that's when great things start to happen. Every single player on that pitch today deserves credit. From back to front, everyone gave their heart for the badge. Let's start with Matheus Cunha. That man was electric. The way he drives forward, the way he shields the ball, the way he links play, it's something we've missed for a long time. He didn't just score, he led the line like a warrior. You can see the confidence, you can see the hunger, and once he got that first goal, the whole stadium erupted. His energy set the tone for the team. Then there's Bryan Mbeumo. What a player he has become for us. Tireless, aggressive, smart. He's always available for the pass, always making those dangerous runs. He presses like a monster, and today he got his reward, not just one, but two stunning goals, especially that thunder strike to seal the game. He's fast becoming the heartbeat of this attack. Now let's talk about Matthijs de Ligt. What a rock at the back. Brighton couldn't get a sniff past him. He won every duel, cleared every dangerous cross, and made life miserable for Danny Welbeck. He didn't just defend, he commanded. His presence gives confidence to everyone around him, and that's what great defenders do. Casemiro was everywhere again. You could see the old Casemiro, winning tackles, cutting off passing lanes, recovering balls in dangerous areas, and even stepping forward to score that second goal. That's leadership. That's experience. He's not the fastest anymore, but his brain and positioning were world-class today. And Bruno Fernandes, what a captain's performance. He covered every inch of that pitch. 1 minute he's helping defensively, the next he's driving attacks, making those key passes, setting the tempo. His decision-making was sharp, his intensity was elite. This was Bruno at his very best, leading by example and playing for the badge. The entire backline deserves massive credit. Every cross that came in was met with courage, every loose ball was chased down. You could see the hunger, the unity, the communication, something that's been missing for years. And overall, this was a team performance, not about individual brilliance alone, but about how everyone worked together. From Cunha's pressing, Mbeumo's creativity, Casemiro's control, Bruno's leadership, to De Ligt's defensive wall, they all made Old Trafford proud. But let's be honest, it wasn't all perfect. Brighton are still a very good side, and they reminded us of that in the second half. They came out fighting after the break, pushing harder, and they managed to score 2 goals to make things uncomfortable. That's football. Every good team will have their moments, and Brighton have been one of our toughest opponents for years, so you expect them to test us. When those goals went in, the atmosphere changed for a moment. It looked like they might find their way back into the game. But what I love about this new Manchester United is the response. We didn't panic. We didn't crumble like in the past. We kept our shape, stayed calm, and hit back again with that 4th goal, the one that sealed everything. For 2 at Old Trafford. Brighton tried, but this time they met a Manchester United side that refused to be bullied, refused to lose focus, refused to let history repeat itself. We've been the team suffering against Brighton for years, but not today. Today, we turned the story around. It's now 3 wins in a row for Rúben Amorim, and this one means more than just points. This one shows how far we've come, the fight, the spirit, the resilience. This is not just about tactics anymore. It's about heart, belief, and a team that finally plays for the badge again. This game wasn't just another win, it was a statement. A statement that Manchester United are back on the rise. A statement that this team is starting to understand what it means to fight, what it means to represent the badge, what it means to make Old Trafford feel alive again. For too long, we've watched teams come here and make us look ordinary. Brighton, of all teams, had been one of our biggest nightmares in recent years. But today, that nightmare ended. Today, we didn't just beat Brighton, we dominated them. We made them uncomfortable, forced them into mistakes, and punished them in a way they've punished us for seasons. Every single player gave everything, the pressing, the recovery runs, the duels, the second balls. This wasn't about just tactics or formations anymore. This was about hunger. About passion. About wanting it more. When players fight for every inch, when they play with heart, you can feel the difference. That's exactly what we saw today. And that's the beauty of this new Manchester United under Rúben Amorim. He's not only changing the system, he's changing the mentality. You can see the identity now. You can see patterns, structure, purpose. But most importantly, you can see belief. The belief that no matter who we face, whether it's Liverpool, Brighton, or anyone else, we can fight, we can compete, and we can win. When Amorim first came in, many people doubted him. They said his football wouldn't work here, they said he needed time, they said we didn't have the players for it. But step by step, game by game, he's building something special. You can now see the work behind the scenes, the coordination, the fluidity, the effort. This is not luck. This is preparation meeting passion. And now, after 3 straight wins, after dismantling a team that used to embarrass us, we can proudly say this rebuild is finally showing results. The football is improving. The attitude is improving. The fans can finally watch a United side that plays with pride again. This win was more than just 3 points, it was proof that we're turning the corner. We're learning from our mistakes, correcting our flaws, and building momentum at the right time. If this team keeps playing like this, fighting like this, anything is possible this season. Top 4? It's right there. Confidence? Back. Identity? Back. This is Manchester United, the team that fights, that believes, that never gives up.